Hello and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. I'm your regular host, Nick Pendrell, and joining me, as per usual, is my co-host, Mr. Dave D.
Co-host, Mr. Dave D. I like that, Nick. Good morning to you. How are you?
A little bit of emphasis on that. I am fine, but I'm a little bit nervous because we have to be careful not to insult our guest.
Yes,
because he
definitely
is
today.
a
Good behaviour.
trained Muay Thai fighter. So if we ask the wrong question, I'm kind of scared that he's going to kick our heads in. You're not going to do that.
No worries, I'm a good guy.
Mathias from Muay Thai, Muay Farang.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So am I right? You are a trained Muay Thai boxing expert. Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. If the sweat starts coming from me, it's not.
It's just a sport. It's nothing.
So when did you first get into the sport?
Well, when I was like 5-6 years old.
Really, as young as that?
Started training a little bit.
Good grief.
But started fighting at 12 years old.
Wow, that still seems really, really young.
But you have to start young to get good, get a good level.
So have you lived in Thailand all of your life?
No, I lived in Thailand for the last 7 years.
Right. Right, so even before you came to Thailand, you were...
Well, I started in Thailand because we used to come always on holiday.
Oh,
But then we decided to move here because I decided it's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so this was your sort of calling from an early age. So were you entered into competitions at a young age?
Well, competitions, but not like full fighting, because like you're young and in Italy, in Europe, they don't let you.
Yeah.
But when I came to Thailand, no problem.
They don't care,
How did you find the discipline that's involved?
Well, from my dad. It passed on from my dad. He was a fighter, and he liked Thailand. We came here, and it just passed on.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not just all about the fighting side of it. There's a lot of discipline involved in it, and of course, a lot of training as well. I mean, you say that you had your first fight at 12.
12 years old. Yeah.
I mean, so how did that evolve from being a 12-year-old boy who knows how to fight, to where you are today? I mean, what was the process?
At first, I just fought, but I was still going to school. I was like, I was doing a normal life. I wasn't a professional yet. And from like 4 or 5 years, I became a professional, and I finished high school, and I started training like fully twice a day, it changed my life.
Yeah.
But at first I was just fighting like for fun, just to make a fight, and then go to school, study, go out with my friends, everything. But now I just I just do that.
So when you say you was fighting for fun, and then you say you decided to do it professionally, I mean, what is the difference between doing it for fun and then suddenly it becomes your life?
Well, it's a big change. Like you have to be disciplined, and you have to think, okay, I want to do this. I have to not do some other stuff. It's like being professional in any other sport. It's the same. But that's it.
So how many hours a week would a professional like yourself spend?
Well, we train twice a day for about 2 or 3 hours a session. So that's 16 hours.
42 hours a week.
It's like a working week, basically. Yeah, that is serious.
We have 2 shifts, but it's hard.
Sure. And who trained you to be as good as you are?
Well, I had many trainers, but my first trainer was my father. He brought me, but then I had many Thai trainers and Italian trainers. They helped me a lot because I wouldn't listen to my father.
That's always the way
normal.
With kids. Yeah, anybody but your father. Yeah. And tell us about your company, Muay Farang.
Okay. First of all, I'm here talking for the CEO, which is a Thai lady. She's Kun Walaiporn.
Right.
But I came here so I can explain better. Muay Farang is, we decided to make this company because Muay Thai is most like for Thai people,
Yeah.
But nowadays, foreigners are getting better at it and doing more, so we're trying to like this improve even more,
Yeah.
So this company has 4 branches, and the main branch is to promote fighters, foreign fighters that come from Europe and they live here to fight in the best like Thai competition in Asia also. So we promote them for fights, and where they from Europe they cannot get the contacts, and we have all the contacts here. And also we bring Thai fighters to fight in Europe. We work with the Thai embassy in Italy, and we decide and we select the team of the best Thai fighters to go fight in Europe and in Italy at the best shows. And
And how have you found the reception, when you say you're taking Thai fighters to places in the world, how have you found the reception? Because, of course, like, you know, it's not known so much over there as it is here. So, I mean, how do they take it on board when you say you want to bring the Thai fighters over? I mean, how's the reception been?
It's more them asking us to bring them, because it's not like a big sport in the world, but it's getting bigger, and many people are getting like are liking it, and there's many promotions, many events. So yeah, they want the best. So the best is still the Thais, and they want the Thais. But to communicate with the Thais is not that easy. So they ask us to communicate for them, and we choose the best, and yeah, we just bring to them.
Yeah, I know very little bit about the boxing or Muay Thai, but it just seems the whole. I hear a lot about mixed martial arts, and this seems to be getting huge business now. MMA. And what is the difference between Muay Thai and MMA and the people who fight in that?
Well, technically, Muay Thai is a stand-up fighting style, and MMA you can fight standing up, or you can go on the ground and like wrestle, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit more brutal MMA, you know.
Right.
Muay Thai is more like an art, you know. It's like more. It's beautiful to watch, you know. When you see like good Thai fighters, good fighters anyway fighting, it's like an art. They're moving like with the rhythm, you know.
Balletic.
But MMA is just. I mean, honestly, I don't like that much MMA. It's more like just like kill each other, you know what I mean? With any weapon that you can. So yeah, it's really like it's mainstream MMA now. Like everyone is watching it.
How do you find when you're trying to get the Falang to teach them how to do this? I mean, surely you get guys that come along who think they can fight. You know, there's a lot of guys out there, big guys, small guys, whatever, and they think they can fight.
Yeah.
And when they come to you, I would imagine they find out that they can't.
All the time. Well, usually the one that like talk a lot and like you know, they're always like the ones that come to train once and twice, and then they see like it's very hard, and they just say, oh, I don't need this, you know, and and they just leave, you know.
Yeah, sure.
The ones that go further are the ones that like don't talk too much, and they're like they have more discipline, and
they realize their limitations, and they genuinely want to be better rather than they're thinking.
What is is there an age limit on this? I mean, is that, you know, what am I this year? I'm 53 years old this year, believe it or not. But if I came along to you, could I actually do it?
Yeah, you could train. Everyone can train. Like we have people that come just to lose weight, just for fitness, you know, but we also have like young fighters. But yeah, of course, old age, you cannot like pretend to go there and like start fighting as a professional.
Sure.
Like it cannot happen, you know. But anyone can train, and they can get better in technique, can get fitter, you know. Like we have many people that just come to train and don't fight.
Interesting.
So how long would it take, you know, somebody who was young and healthy, like us two,
Thanks, Nick.
someone who's 16, 18, something like that, how long, and if they were good, how long would it take them from the day they say, I want to be a professional Muay Thai fighter, and they were really good and dedicated, how long would it take them? You obviously started really early, so you had a head start, but for somebody who was in their teens or something, who wanted.
Oh, you mean like someone that's already knows, like is already training, or started from zero?
No, just arrive at the gym, or bring your son along and say he wants to be a Muay Thai fighter.
To get to a fight, like to a first fight, well, if you're constant with the training, 6 months. Can fight.
Really?
To get at a good level, and you know, like big fights, well, that's different. Like a few years, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get your first fight, it's no problem. You can, if you train every day. We have some people that come for 3 months and then fight.
Right.
You know, like,
wow.
Because in Thailand it's good because you can get many fights. You can get like fights with a very strong opponent. You can get an easier opponent.
Have you got any idea who the amount of numbers in Thailand of people who fight? Obviously not all professional, but you know, fight in competitions.
You mean how many in a number?
Yeah, I mean, are there thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands?
Couldn't say.
A lot.
Yeah, maybe hundreds of thousands. In Thailand there is a lot. There's a lot. Like the kids, if you ask any Thai around, they say, when I was a kid, I used to kick the bag. It's like you go in Italy and everyone say, oh yeah, I used to play football, you know, soccer, anyone.
It's that popular.
In Thailand it's the same. When I meet some people and they say I'm a Nak Muay, and they say, oh, I was a Nakmai when I was young, you know, like they show me the blows and stuff. Yeah.
You mentioned Italy earlier on, that they sort of ask you, how are the other countries around the world taking it? Is anybody else getting on board? And also, do they sort of have a federation, like, you know, like the boxing federation,
Of course.
you know, it controls the fights and it oversees them? Is there anything like that in Europe at all?
Yeah, there is many federations. This is one, let's say, problem of the sport, because there is a lot of federations, and they're always fighting with each other, especially in Europe, and it's hard to work with them. But we try to work with the most serious one, you know,
Yeah, sure.
and the best ones, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, there is federations in Thailand. There is 3 big ones, and yeah, they control the fights in Thailand, and they control also the fighters that go outside. Yeah.
After Thailand, which is the second biggest country for Muay Thai?
In Europe, I think the best one is France.
France.
Yeah, France, they have many good fighters, yeah. And yeah, Italy, we're getting good, but you know, we're still slow. Not the mentality is not the same, but yeah.
How much money is in Muay Thai at the top level? I mean, can you, if, I don't know who is the best Muay Thai fighter today in Thailand, in the world, in Thailand?
Well, anyone would say Buakaw. You know, Buakaw, you've seen him. He's the most famous and the most paid one.
Right.
But in my opinion, even if I'm a big fan of him, he's not the best anymore. There is other like very good fighters. But for example, they say Buakaw gets a lot of money for fighting, like a lot. Like I think it doesn't go in the ring for less than 2 million baht.
2 million baht,
Yeah.
right.
Which is, for Muay Thai, is really, really a lot.
I was going to say, for anybody, that's a really lot of
Yeah,
money.
but like for a footballer, it's nothing, for example.
Well, true, if you're talking
But it's not
European.
so well known at the moment, is it, around Europe? This is the thing that you're trying to break into. I mean, you say Italy. Is there a lot of Italian fighters then that do this?
Yeah, there is a lot.
Yeah.
A lot that they want to be fighters, but you know, in Italy it's hard because people have to work. They go to work. They start to be professionals. You know, like in Thailand. In Thailand, it's more easy to be professionals.
So what you're saying is the Italians have conquered the motorbike racing, and now they want to conquer.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to conquer.
No, there is a lot of people, a lot of gyms, a lot of people training. Like it's crazy. Like every day we get people writing, oh yeah, we want to come to train. You know, we want to go to Thailand and stuff.
But I think it's the discipline side that you have to understand, Nick. I mean, you know, when you look at the martial arts that are around the world, you know, it's probably 50. You know, probably 30% fighting and 70% discipline at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Would you sort of agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's. I've seen people with a lot of talent, but no discipline and failing. You know, like. But I've seen people with not that much talent, but very constant, a lot of discipline and going like high level.
Yeah, because they say the average sort of street fighter wastes 85% of what he throws.
Really?
Yeah. Because he hasn't got discipline.
Exactly.
And this is what he teaches you, discipline, of course, self-discipline.
Yeah.
Just coming back to Muay Farang, because we're going right there.
We talk about the first branch already.
Yeah. Have you got any events coming up in the Pattaya area anytime in the future?
Well, events, we're not the ones that organize the events.
Right,
We're more like the one who bring people to events.
So
there's
you're not
many,
a promoter, you supply talent.
I couldn't say like there is like many events in Thailand. Like in Pattaya, they have like 3-4 times a week fights, you know, like, you know what I mean, yeah? Yeah, but yeah, I want to talk a bit about the gyms.
Yeah, that's what I was coming on to. So let's assume that maybe we're not the best example, but we know somebody who wanted to start training. What would they do? Where would they go?
Yeah, well, as Muay Farang, we manage different gyms. We still don't have our own, but we manage different gyms, and the main one now is called Red and Blue Gym. And it's in Banglamung, and it's hard to explain the address, but yeah, we'll talk about it later. And we have people coming from Europe to train there, and we have places to sleep. Like if people want to come and train just for fitness, they can, and we have Thai trainers.
So you do these intensive courses where people come over and
yes, exactly, and
a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, they come for like exactly a month, a couple of weeks. We have also like locals who come to train.
Right.
They just go home, come to train, go home, and we have people who come and sleep in the gym, eat in the gym, and they try to be professional. They try to do the life as we do it. Because they come and they say, I want to do the same. I want to try.
So there must be a lot of self-satisfaction in what you do.
Yeah, there is. It's a lot of adrenaline. It's a hard job, but it gives you the satisfaction
Well,
at the end.
nothing's easy to achieve what you want to achieve.
Exactly, not at that
As we
level.
found out, Nick.
So where do people find? Have you got a website? You on Facebook?
Exactly. Yeah.
Where can people find?
www.muayfarang.com. Very easy.
Muayfarang.com.
Muayfarang. But yeah.
And all of the information is on that
Yeah,
site?
we have
You said
information
your gym's not that easy to find, but the
We have a
details
map.
are
We have everything. We have
Okay.
we have also information about the other gyms that we have that we manage, and we have everything. We have our fighters because we have a team of fighters that stay here and live here, and I'm the captain. I'm the captain of the team, and we have other fighters who live here, and all the profiles are on the website.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for coming, Mathias. And anybody who's interested, check out the website. Goodbye.